Tomatoes, red, juicy, so many in summer. But what happens when the cold comes and nothing grows? The Amish already know. They don't waste. They don't rush. They preserve. Old ways, strong ways, generations of knowledge sealed tight in glass jars. Today on Rustic Pantry, we open the cellar door. We step into their world, and we learn how the Amish keep tomatoes alive long after the season ends. Amish ways of preserving tomatoes. The Amish live different, simpler, slower. Their food isn't just something to eat. It is survival. It is memory. It is work done with hands that have known soil and with patience that comes from living close to nature. Tomatoes are one of the most precious parts of their gardens. Red, juicy, plenty in the summer, too much to eat all at once. If they don't store them, they waste. And waste is not the Amish way. So they preserve, not with fancy machines, not with chemicals, but with time-tested methods. Methods their mothers taught them, and their mothers before that. Every jar in the cellar tells a story. A hot August day, a crowded kitchen, steam rising from big pots, children helping, grandmother watching. It's not only food, it's tradition bottled up tight. The role of tomatoes in Amish kitchens. Step into an Amish kitchen in late summer and you'll understand. The counters are covered in baskets. Tomatoes pile high. The smell is rich, strong, almost sweet. Women work fast but calm, peeling, cutting, sorting. Men carry in more baskets from the garden. Kids pick out the small damaged ones to eat right away. Tomatoes are in everything. Stews, gravies, thick sauces, casseroles for Sunday, even drinks. Without them, the meals would feel empty. The Amish table is never light. It is heavy with bread, potatoes, beans, and always something with tomatoes. So when the harvest comes, they don't waste a second. They prepare for the long winter. Because in January, when snow is high and ground frozen, nothing grows. But in the cellar, jars of bright, red tomatoes still wait. And opening one feels like tasting summer again. Sorting and washing, the first careful step. It begins with sorting. Always, Amish women sit around the table with baskets beside them. They look at every tomato, one by one, no rushing. A bruise here? Too soft? That one goes aside. Only the firm, ripe ones make it to the jars. Cleanliness matters. A dirty tomato can spoil a whole jar. And losing a jar is like losing a day's work. So they wash them in big enamel basins, sometimes outside, water cold from the pump. Hands dip in, scrub gently, pull out shining tomatoes. The sound of splashing water fills the air. A small child laughs, helping, dropping one tomato too hard. It bursts. The others smile, not angry, because this is work, but also family time. Everyone plays a part. The first step is slow, but it sets the tone. Clean fruit, careful hands. That is the Amish way. Peeling and preparing the harvest. The next stage feels almost like magic. Tomatoes dip into boiling water for seconds, then into cold water. The skin slip right off. Easy, smooth, red flesh revealed, soft but still holding shape. Some are kept whole, others chopped, some crushed. Depends on what they will become later. A soup base, a sauce, or just plain tomatoes in their own juice. The Amish like variety. They don't think only about now. They think ahead. What will the family want in February? What about next summer when last year's jars are almost gone? So they plan, and while peeling, they talk. About the harvest, about neighbors, about church meetings. Peeling is not just a task, it is a rhythm. Fingers moving fast, skins piling up, bowls filling with red fruit. The air is warm, steam rising from pots. The kitchen alive with sound and smell. The jars, glass keepers of time. Strong glass jars. That is where the tomatoes will sleep. Mason jars, heavy, thick, sometimes old but still good. Passed down from mothers to daughters. cleaned carefully, lids boiled, rubber seals softened in hot water. Every detail matters. A bad lid means air gets in, and air brings bacteria. The Amish know this too well. They check everything twice, then fill the jars, leaving just the right space at the top. Not too full, not too empty. The jars stand on the table like soldiers, ready for battle against time. Once sealed, they will hold summer inside for months, even years. There's something almost sacred about it. A row of jars lined up on a wooden shelf looks simple, but to an Amish family, it looks like security. It means no hunger. It means the work was worth it. Water bath canning, the gentle boil. Some jars go into a water bath. The process is old, trusted. Large black pot filled with boiling water. Jars lowered carefully inside, covered, left to boil for nearly an hour. The water bubbles and hisses, steam fogging up the windows. The whole kitchen feels like a furnace. Sweat on foreheads, aprons damp, yet no one complains. They know this boiling is life. It kills what can kill them. It seals the jars tight. When lifted out, the jars are hot, gleaming, heavy with promise. Later, when the lids pop as they cool, a small sound fills the air. A pop, then another, each one a sign of success, each one a family's relief. The sound is music. It means food is safe. It means the work is done right. Pressure canning, safety first. But not all tomatoes go through the water bath. Some need more, especially when mixed with corn, beans, or meat. For those, the Amish use pressure canners, heavy metal pots with locks and gauges. They look modern, almost out of place in such a simple kitchen. Yet the Amish use them because safety matters more than style. Inside, the pressure builds. The heat rises higher than boiling water. Deadly bacteria stand no chance. Families trust this method. It feels stronger, safer. Pressure canning allows them to store more complex foods, full meals even, in jars. So in winter, when snow buries the fields, they can open a jar and have a ready soup or stew. It is hard work, watching the pressure, timing it right, but worth it. The Amish do not cut corners when it comes to food. The cellar, a silent pantry. When jars cool, they move to the cellar. Always the cellar. Cool, dark, steady. No light to spoil. No heat to break seals. Amish cellars are large, dug deep, with wooden shelves built strong. Walking into one feels like entering another world. The air is cool, smells faintly of earth. On the shelves, rows of jars glisten in dim light. Red tomatoes, golden peaches, green beans, brown meats, all lined like treasures. Each jar labeled, sometimes with a simple date written in pencil. This cellar is more than storage. It is a safety net. It is pride. The sight of full shelves after harvest makes every backache, every sweat drop, feel worth it. Winter will come, but they will be ready. Other ways, drying and sauces. Not all tomatoes go to jars. Some are sliced, laid out on screens, and left to dry in the sun. Others near the wood stove, where heat is steady. These dried tomatoes are small, wrinkled, but full of flavor. Later, they soak them in soups or grind them into powder. Nothing wasted. Some tomatoes become sauce. Thick, rich, boiled down for hours until the kitchen smells strong, almost overwhelming. Poured into jars, sealed, saved for pasta or casseroles. Sometimes they even ferment tomatoes into pickled relishes or ketchup. Different families, different traditions. But the rule is the same: waste nothing. Every tomato has a purpose, a living tradition. In the end, storing tomatoes is not only about food. It's about living the old ways. The Amish do not chase convenience. They embrace effort. They see value in labor. Each jar is proof of that. Proof of patience. Proof of family working together. Proof that survival does not need electricity or machines. just knowledge and will. Children watch. They learn. They grow up seeing this rhythm every year. And when it's their turn, they do it the same way. The tradition lives on. A jar of Amish canned tomatoes is more than red fruit in liquid. It is memory sealed tight. It is summer captured. It is life preserved against time. And that is the secret. Not really a secret, just patience, just work. The Amish show us that food isn't just food. It is memory. It is life stored in silence, waiting in the dark cellar. Tomatoes that taste like summer even in January. If you enjoyed stepping into their pantry, stay with us here at Rustic Pantry. More stories, more traditions, more ways the old paths still feed us today. Until next time, keep it simple, keep it strong,